guys, the first guest that we have on today is Revati. And the funny thing is that she's only friends with us because of an accident. Like, if things were the way they were in school, then I don't think she would be on this podcast or be friends with me or Anand. But another reason why we've been friends with her for so long, or at least we were in school, was that she was always good at studies, right? So you could always text her and ask her कि यार कल क्या submit करना है, कल कौन सा test है,
I
कल क्या लेकर
graduated
आना है.
college because of Revati.
Yeah,
I
and then
guess.
that continued for Manan in college.
And I think the reason I'm friends with Revati is because Jay is friends with Revati.
Yeah,
We're all
I
just
would
friends with
agree.
each other.
Haha.
So, Jay, what is our question for Revati?
Yeah, so we need to ask you, Reepti, since you've known us for a considerable amount of time, where do you see Manan and I ending up in the next 3 years? Not as individuals, but as friends in the next 3 to 5 years.
As friends, like together.
Will we be together is the question.
That is the question.
Oh.
It's taking you shockingly long to answer this question.
I think 3 years down the line, it's quite a short period of time to say that you will not be friends.
5. Let's up the notch.
Okay, I think 7 years down the line,
We
you
won't
might not be. You won't be friends. Because
so
I
you're saying
think-
that by the time we'll be touching 30, we will
I'll
not
tell
be
you why.
friends with each
I'll
other.
tell you why.
Yeah.
Because I think Manan comes with drama and Jay right now is patient, but 7 years down the line, he's not going to be as patient.
Why
So
do
he's
you
gonna
think
have
7 years? Why do you think 7 years down the line I'll be equally dramatic?
Yeah.
You'll be more dramatic. You will be more dramatic.
And why do you think I'll be running out of patience? Who do you think is
You
testing
have
my
me
patience
in
in
your
those
life.
7 years?
You have me in your life. I already
But-
test your patience.
No, I have plans. After 7 years, I plan on sending my kid to the same school as Jay's kid.
Of course.
So if you think 7 years down the line we won't be friends, then you're wrong.
I think Jay's kid will bully Manan's kid.
Our kids will
That's
bully
why-
your kids, Revati. Which you
Our
just
kids
ended
will-
up being one
Our
of
kids
them.
will graduate because of Revati's kids.
Yes.
This will continue
Keeping
for
the tradition
generations.
alive. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Revati. So we have one follow-up question too, though. Where do you see yourself with respect to being friends with the two of us?
After 5 years.
तो हम क्या करना चाह रहे हैं?
Right, this is an impromptu episode where we have one question for you
Okay.
and maybe follow-up questions if your answer is non-convincing.
Controversial enough.
ठीक है.
So, Mr. Arman Diwan, our question to you is what? You hate about Jay Malhotra individually. You hate about me individually.
Okay. Do I get some thinking time?
अब आ गया? Tell us, Arman. Tell us.
So, first, I would like to talk about one thing which I hate about you as a pair of people, which is that
We call
I feel
ourselves a
that since
couple.
the time- Okay.
Thinking about each other in the shower. It's about time.
Pillow talk. Hence the name.
Yeah.
Hence the name.
So, since the time I've known both of you, I have noticed one thing about you, that whenever you meet somebody new, a person who you've not met before, I think in that interaction, you both are very overpowering, and I think you guys are extremely rude and also borderline bullies. So I think that's one thing that I want to put out there. But I mean, not that you're bad people, just that you have very, very strong
Thanks.
ठीक है
personalities.
भाई.
Thanks.
There's no coming back from what you just said, Arman.
There's no coming back from what you've done to people, Manan.
What the fuck, bro?
So,
That we only
that
bullied you
was
because we saw potential in you. Potential to be
no.
a part
I
of a
don't think
great
And because
trinity.
because you bullied Manan before you met him, when you met
I
him
never
Exactly.
bullied
individually.
Manan.
It was
I never
revenge.
bullied Manan.
It was
Yeah.
revenge.
It was a vicarious form of bullying. So
It was a 5-on-1.
yeah.
What you did to me. But yes, go on.
But okay. So, but if I have to talk individually about you both, so I feel if I start with Manan, I think I've seen Manan in practically all the spheres of life. I've seen him as a friend. I've seen him as a person who I
An enemy.
study with. I've seen him as a leader, also as a very strong competitor. Also when it came to college and everything. So I think a quality of Manan, which sometimes is a bit negative, is that he's extremely competitive, and he's competitive to a point where he like he wants to win. Like I don't think Manan can be ever okay with the fact of being the second best person in the room, which is also a good thing. But that's me compensating for it. But I think okay about Jay. I think Jay's quality that sometimes I feel is a bit negative is that um I think sometimes, actually not sometimes, most of the times, Jay really respects his own space. Fine, and the reason, a consequence of that, in fact, is that you know his engagement with other people, sometimes even when they want to, is pretty low.
I
So I
agree.
feel, yeah, I think Jay is very closed as per his convenience. But in
ठीक है
some
भाई.
I agree.
situations,
I agree. मुझे रिप्लाई नहीं करता भाई ये. तीन दिन हो जाते हैं रिप्लाई नहीं करता मुझे.
anything can be happening to anybody, but if Jay is ki nahi yaar. Case in point,
कैप यहाँ पे कैप हो जाएगा भाई. यहाँ पे ये नहीं घुस सकता है भाई एपिसोड में. It's
I hope it's not about the podcast information. वो मेरे को ज़्यादा पता नहीं.
no, it's fine. हमें पता है intro time. So when we were deciding the format of this specific podcast, and we were listing down the names of people who we want on this episode, there was a very clear list of a few people who we wanted, and one of them was Raj. And the reason behind that, yeah, applauses. The reason behind that was Raj has probably, out of everyone on this episode, I think Raj has known us collectively together for the longest. So Raj has known me since class 9th, 8th, 9th, and Jay has known Raj since 9th, I think, right?
I think camp or 10th.
Yeah, ninth.
Ninth. So yeah, so similar. So we go back like 7-8 years now. 7 years, 7-8 years now. Anyway, which brings us to the most important question. So Raj has known us the longest out of anyone in this lineup. So Raj, the question for you is, how did Jay and I become friends?
Now there are two parts to this story, and I want you to highlight both. I need you to highlight both.
And the first part, I think, should be football, coaching after school. That's how you probably
Fair
met each
enough.
other.
That's how we became acquainted to each other.
Yeah.
And the second part should be
Which we weren't expecting you to be able
Honestly.
to answer, to be very frank.
how would I not know that?
So I have a follow-up. I have a follow-up question. How did you become what do you think was, when did you realize that, okay, now I'm close with these people?
And I think with Manan it was class 9 after that
Results.
conversation after the results,
After
hoping uh, a scholar badge, and Manan was hoping to still have a so in that conversation, 2 hours of walking around the school and discussing that was
yeah. And with Jay?
that's the point where we become good friends. And for Jay, I think camp was when
When-
we got very close, and
Yeah. Conveniently ditched. So our next guest for this episode is someone who I'm biologically close with, but had I been given the option, I would like to change that. No, I'm just kidding. It's my dear sister. Jay, you have to clap. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not clapping in solidarity with Nehal because I know you just fought with her and you've coerced her to come on right now when she
I've
could have done
woken
it
up.
later in the night as
He
well.
just woke me up from my sleep
Yeah,
to record
I
this.
told him not to. I told him कि रुक जा नेहल को सोने दे उठने दे उसको आराम से इसने बोला बेटा बहुत
Priorities.
सोनी वो
Priority. 2 घंटे सो रही है भाई.
बीच में सोने से उठाने भी आ गया था मुझे, जल्दी आ जल्दी आ.
बदतमीज.
No, anyway, coming
Yes.
back to our point. Jay, what is our question for Nehal?
Nehal, can you shift a little bit? Can you push Manan out of the screen? Yeah. This is good. All right, Nehal. So the question is that obviously you would be best able to answer this, but also I would be able to answer this quite well. But do you think that I have been a good friend to Manan since I've known him?
Definitely. Definitely.
What an answer!
Disagree.
क्या आंसर दिया मजा आ
Why
गया
disagree?
instant
I disagree
instant
because
answer.
He's
okay,
That's
always
fair.
follow-up question.
wise.
Yeah.
No, have I been a good friend to Jay?
Yeah, definitely. Because I know I heard your podcast about how he helped you come out from the mental trauma that you were in when you were in Bombay.
Oh, great.
Oh,
All because of me.
yeah.
I take full credit for it.
At least that
Wait,
story was
bro.
painted to me like that.
No, that story is 100% true. But what's surprising is that neither I nor Manan could actually place what you were talking about when you said it.
Yeah. ये किस बारे में बात हो रही है भाई?
ये कब हुआ था? ये
very
कौन सा
confused.
podcast है?
But no, I just have to add one anecdote to this whole segment. Is that Jay and Nihal have fooled me on 2 birthdays now. And year after year, I become extremely conscious every birthday कि तुम्हारे बीच में कोई planning चल रही है कि नहीं चल रही है मुझे बता दो, ठीक है? And year after year they tell me कि नहीं, there's no planning. And then every year I am the person who's always caught out कि भाई ये planned था
No,
already
the
2
funny
महीने.
thing is, the funny thing is that now you have to check 2 phones,
Yeah.
not just mine. You have to check mummy's also
Huh.
because you never know. Jay might reach out to me.
Exactly. Jay reached out to Nehal in Singapore and I can't access her phone also. I'm like, yeah, मैं क्या करूँ? And then
Yeah,
Nehal
guys,
is
this
conversing with
is such a
Mama.
sad story. This is such a sad story that a friend is preparing some surprise for a friend's birthday. And Manan is caught up in all of this. This is so incredibly sad that we're doing this to him.
And you have to see his face.
Big
He's so
bitch.
traumatized when 10th December comes because he's like, मैं दरवाजा lock कर दूंगा, मैं किसी
I
को नहीं
said,
आने
I want my birthday to be at my convenience, not at your convenience.
And you have to see his face. It's this small when he asks me कि कोई आने वाला है?
Look,
पक्का ना,
I
कोई नहीं आने
have
वाला है?
asked Nehal for I think 4-5 birthdays now. After you guys came to my house in 10th, ठीक है, which I was completely unprepared for. 11th, 12th, first year, second year, third year, 5 birthdays have gone, and I've asked every year कि कोई plan है तो मेरे को बता दो. that's enough of this guest.